Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What is on my face? No, it's not morning. God damn it. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good hello. What's on my face and peeps? Hello, hello. We're here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Man, that's gonna take some fucking getting used to. I was thinking about it all this morning. I was like, man, I can't say good morning anymore. It's like, god damn it, I like can't say good morning anymore. Lol, yes. Oh, I hope I just ran up the stairs. Jeez. Oh, Christ. Hello, welcome, Nat. Hello, Mina. Nat redeemed drink to me. Thank you, Nat. I will drink to that. Oh, what to talk about? What to talk about? I've got a lot of things I want to talk about today. No, I don't. I've got one subject I want to talk about today. And to be honest, I don't know if I want to talk about it just in the hour before I play the game, or if I just want to get into the game. So I want to check something, and then I'll get back to you. But I did something big the other day, and I don't know if I talked about it, question mark. I think I did it yesterday, so no. What did I do? Big? No, it's not really big. So for anyone that was around when I kind of announced it, obviously we all know that I am awaiting an assessment for autism spectrum disorder. We are currently awaiting them to get back to me because your girl filled out her forms. Finally did it. For anyone that's going through a similar thing, I just want to give advice here. Like, I'm not because I'm going through Psychiatry UK, and I don't know if this is the same or different for other psychiatry referral places, or if this is a similar thing just when you're looking to get diagnosed anyway. Just be aware, like, that when you go through this, there is a chance that you will have to fill out quite a few forms. And they're not anything like super, well, they're kind of detailed, but they're not anything like medical history too much. Like, they ask a couple questions about it, but they're not really like, you don't have to be exact. But they ask a lot about things, very particular things that they're looking for in their criteria for diagnosing you. So they ask a lot of questions about things that maybe at first glance you wouldn't really think about, and then later on you think about. Please, my only advice is don't feel like you're failing if you like have to take it like a week at a time to fill these out. It's a lot easier. I've heard some people find it easier when they get someone to help them, and then that person asks them the questions. I didn't have that option because no one was available at the time that I was usually filling them out. And yeah, it's a lot. It's a big form. I'm not gonna lie. It's two forms, and one of those forms is that they need you to kind of give history of your childhood, and not necessarily from like a trauma perspective, but they ask a lot about your school and educational kind of struggles, which can be kind of hard to remember, especially if you're like me getting diagnosed or looking to get diagnosed as an adult. It's kind of hard to look back and remember these things. However, I, for some reason, remember them quite distinctly, so I didn't really have too much of a problem with that. However, something that is a problem is that they also need you to get a informant to fill out a form. So what they want from an informant, because they were not clear about this when I was doing the forms originally, so we were going to get, we as in me and Paul, I was going to get Paul to do mine, and Paul couldn't do it because and luckily we figured this out before I sent it to him, because you can only send it to one person. Online we found out that it has to be a family member or someone who's known you their entire life or your entire life, because they ask a lot of questions about your childhood, which is really going to be hard to answer if you've only known someone for a few years. So that was a fun beast. It's pulled up a lot of conversations because I'm fortunate in the sense that I could get my mother to do it, and my mother has kind of been on my side, I want to say. Not that I don't think she would be, but like she's been supporting me with the kind of, we thought for many years that I was autistic, but we never got a diagnosis because we didn't really know where to start, and we were trying to find a way to do it that wasn't going to take 4 years, because at the time that was the time limit, and now it's 10 years on the NHS, but now we have the right to choose legislation, but that kind of only really counts for adults, which is great for me, but you know, it's not so good if I was like 16 and finding this out. So where I'm at basically with it is just that I'm not sure what I'm feeling. I don't really know how to explain what I'm feeling. How do I word it? Right. Oh, what am I feeling? What am I feeling? How do I write what I'm feeling? What am I feeling? I don't really know. This is the thing. This is the thing. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm processing. A little all over. Yeah, I'm feeling a little all over. I'll go with that. I mean, I'm feeling nothing. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the time, and this is something that kind of, right, filling out this form has made me realize a lot about myself that I didn't really think about before. And when you're actually having to write these things down, you're like, huh, maybe this is relevant, so I should include it. And it's kind of like made me kind of understand myself more as a person, which has been great, but like also a bit terrible, because if you didn't know, part of the reason that I'm only now just being able to actually go forth with getting a referral and getting a sort of these forms and stuff, the only reason that sort of push has happened, and it didn't happen several years ago when I was originally like, I need to get this done, is because I think what I've experienced is skill regression. I don't know why. It was very sudden. I think we kind of talked about it. And to be honest, it was most likely due to just the huge change in my environment, as in I moved. And that was something I had to write about as well, is when you have to fill these out, they ask a lot of questions about your mental health. And I think I need to be kind of transparent about how I've been the last few weeks, but I really don't want to, so please excuse me if I dance around the topic. Because I know that it's kind of hard to read in between the lines about these things. Yeah, it's not been great. I don't really know how to address it other than that, because I really don't want to talk about it, because I'm like right in the middle of it still, and I'm only just getting over it, and I'm like, man, the like week I had off work was only a couple weeks ago, and I am still in a bit of shock about kind of what happened. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah, I really don't want to talk about it, mostly because I just don't want to upset people by talking about it, because it's not really that sort of thing that you can kind of steer around. If you talk about one thing, you kind of got to talk about all of it, and it's just not, because that's how my brain works. But it's like, I really think that it might be, I'm not wanting to acknowledge what happened, if that makes sense. The people close to me, well, people close to me in IRL situations, like obviously the girls I haven't really talked to about this, mostly because I don't want to scare people. I'm really worried about scaring people in this situation. And that can probably give you a bit of an inkling as to what kind of was going down in my life. But there was a period of time when I just kind of, it was just the worst mental health crisis I think I've had potentially ever, but it was the biggest mental health crisis that I have experienced since 2018, I think is the best way I can put that. So I hope that kind of clears that situation up, which is the kind of, obviously I was seeking out a referral before I moved house, and I do want to step on that. I was already in the process of looking, so I was already under stress, and my job used to be keeping me in one position, and I would be good at that job. I wouldn't really have to worry about it, and if I came in one day and my boss wasn't there to tell me what to do, I knew what I had to do. Now my job is, I'm getting moved all over the place to cover different people, and it's purely because I've ended up becoming the most trained member of staff, because my original boss hated me so much that in order to try and stress me out into leaving, they put me all over the place, which was like, wow, not the best situation to be in. And it's meant that I'm now the most trained member of staff in there, which means who gets to do all the cover work? Me. Which is like, when you work in a team that, by mathematical point of view, we should have someone off every single week, that's a problem. That's a real problem. It's a real problem. And it's a problem I'm constantly dealing with. And it wasn't getting better. And finally I turned around to my boss and I went, look, I can't keep doing this. I'm going to get an autism referral, because realistically, you guys aren't listening to me. And continuously, they are still not listening to me. And I can't get them to understand that there is a really high potential that if I do get diagnosed as autistic and a care plan is put in place for me, because realistically, if I do get diagnosed with autism, that is what I will seek out because I need it. If a care plan is put in place for me, they will not get a choice about my working environment anymore. And I can't get them to understand that what they're doing to me is potentially putting me at quite a big risk. Let's just say a flight risk. We've already experienced that I'm a flight risk. We've had that situation a few times at my workplace. And it's so hard. Guys, I don't really know how to explain it, because I don't want to sit here and say that I'm autistic when I haven't been diagnosed officially. I'm like 98% sure. I don't know how to put it, because I'm really, like, this is the thing that I need to talk about, because your girl is stressing badly. I submitted the forms, and on Wednesday I was feeling on top of the world. I was like, man, this is great. Everything's kind of falling into place. My mother's just got to get her side of things done, and then we'll be good to go. I'll speak to someone and it'll be smooth sailing, right? And then literally, probably not even 24 hours later, I was like, oh God, I've submitted forms. I've missed out all this stuff. They didn't ask me these questions, and I might have taken this one and this one and this one too literally, and now I've answered it potentially incorrectly, and they're just going to turn around and be like, we don't think you fit the criteria, and all this stuff is just going to go, and I'm just going to fall apart, and it's not great, because I'm really not in a good place, and it's just like, man, this could be the end of the world if this goes through, if this falls through. Another thing that's really stressing me is I have gone through Psychiatry UK, and I'm not seeing great things about Psychiatry UK. And I'm like, damn, am I like potentially just set up for failure before I even like got anywhere? And that's just because it took so much to just get my GP surgery just to refer me. Like, they were just so useless about doing it. They just could not pull their fingers out their asses, and you know, they were showing off. I don't really want to say it was anything other than exactly how I saw it, was that they were trying to show off that they also had a trainee psychiatrist. And Psychiatry UK was like, I don't care. That's not who we asked you to fill out the form for. So I'm annoyed. Anyway, but it's fine because I can't confront anyone because, you know, stress. This is another thing that I'm also finding that I'm massively contradicting myself, which is a problem. So I'm very much black and white, all or nothing sort of thinking. which is dangerous in some senses. But it also means that despite the fact that I personally, if someone asked me, and this is something I got asked on this form, do you prefer online or in-person communications? And I had to pick one. I don't know. I don't like either. I don't really know what to say other than that. It's like, genuinely, how do you answer that when you hate both those things? I was like, okay, I guess I gotta like put it in the perspective of what do I find easier? But man, that question took a long time to answer. Was just like, do you prefer online communication or like in-person communication? And I was like, I don't know. I hate texting. I really, really can't answer the phone. I really struggle with phone communications. I hate hearing notifications on my phone. I can't cope with it, but I have to have them turned on because what happens in emergency if someone calls me, but then someone calls me anyway, I don't answer the phone immediately. It's a problem. So I got that to deal with. But like, when I think about it logistically, online communication has meant that I am not alone anymore in this world. Like, which one do you hate least? Exactly. So online communication would be the one I hate the least, because realistically, part of the problem I struggle with in person is that people are perceiving me in a different way than I am acting. And I'm acting a lot, which means they're taking me a lot more comfortable than I am acting, but I'm acting comfortable because I'm acting, and I'm really internally just very, very uncomfortable because, and this is so hard, and it's something I'm really struggling with at the minute. It's just like, I can't get people to seem to understand that I'm not good with socializing. I'm really bad at socializing. The amount of times that I'll go into work and different people know me in my workplace. I'm like quite known in there. I've been there for like a good 3 years now. So people know who I am, right? And I've been labeled as like lovely, and I'm like nice to talk to, I'm easy to talk to, but I don't know how to break it to people that, you know, I actually really don't want to talk to them. It's like genuinely, like, no offense to you, but genuinely, if you just said hi to me, in fact, that would be too much. Like, just wave at me and I'm perfectly fine. And it's just like, I do like talking to people, but I also don't like talking to people. It's like a weird balance in that I get very lonely, and I've gotten very, very, very lonely in the past because I just have gone through massive periods in my life where I haven't spoken to anyone for a long time. And it's very lonely. It's like ridiculously lonely. And it just kind of became a bit of an issue where I'm like, I want friends, but then the idea of seeking out friends is a task on itself because it takes me a long time to build up trust with people. And it's a bit of a wild ride because, as well, you kind of, when you're in this situation, people don't realize this. And I'm so sorry to anyone that is my friend and I'm about to break, like, how you thought we became friends. I have probably, like, quite intensely analyzed you as a person to understand your, like, your routine, like, movements, how you explain things, how you laugh, what things you do when you're being sarcastic or disingenuous, but not in a bad way. Like, I'm learning you as a person. If I'm close to you, it's because I feel like I either don't have to do that or I've learned you. So, like, Mina and, like, all the girls, like, I can't learn you guys. Realistically, like, I can only get your voices to learn you, but in terms of, like, facial, which I wouldn't be able to anyway because I don't look people in the face, but body movements and stuff I can't learn because you guys don't move, we're all VTubers. So it's like, it's a bit of a wild ride, and I'm realizing this a lot as, like, this sort of time goes on. Is just like, man, I am able to mask so well because I've learned how to learn people. But sarcasm is lost on me. I'm having that really kind of coming out, which is interesting because I'm British, and that seems like it might be a bit easier for me because I'm British and it's like kind of part of our like linguist language. But man, teasing, sarcastic teasing, really like Mina I'm close with, so Mina can sarcastically tease me, and I understand that Mina's sarcastically teasing me because Mina's very joyous and she laughs and lets me know. So I know that Mina's genuine, right? I've got other friends, or friends as I call them, that tease me and they're not as nice. And I take offense a lot and I cry a lot because, like, sometimes I don't get it. And there have been some situations that I don't really want to go into detail about. Maybe it's a lot of my fault. Guys, when you're like this, you overshare a stupid amount. And then when you overshare, you end up with like this horrible situation where people then tease you about these things because you've shared it, so they're assuming that you're okay with being teased about it. And it's like, no, I just told you because it was contextual. I don't really want to talk about it again. And then you end up with the entire warehouse team like teasing you about one thing that you're actually really insecure about. So gosh. But yeah, so in terms of like communication, I hate online communication because it means that I get to connect with people that I wouldn't necessarily get to connect with in person because I don't go to things like conventions and stuff. So finding people with similar interests is really hard. And also because it means that I get to communicate with in the same sort of industry. So obviously like with YouTubers and stuff, like I get to interact with people of very similar natures. And also because I get to communicate with people from other countries that I wouldn't get the opportunity to meet in England, like Mina and that, and you know, getting that opportunity. So it's great because at any time of the day I can text someone and there's no pressure for them to reply, and they can reply when they have the need to. I don't need an immediate answer, and it's the same for me. However, people do comment on the fact that sometimes I take 1 to 2 days to reply, and I'm very sorry. That's a recent thing, and it's a regression thing. I became very nervous about answering texts and stuff due to just so many different factors. It's not new. It's new. It's not an old thing. It's not something I've always struggled with. It sucks. I don't know if I'll ever get better at it. So please excuse if you message me. Please just be aware I might not reply immediately. It's not because I don't want to. It's because I physically can't because my brain doesn't want to. And I want to, but I won't. I keep the notification though so I don't lose it. If I lose the notification, then you may as well just not send it. But yeah, sorry. I get that damn. Yeah, sorry. I have that slight autistic need to explain. Sometimes I don't mean a lot of the stuff I say on stream. Yeah, that's another thing. Like the amount of times like I'll say stuff and I'll be like, I actually really don't mean that. It's like over explaining. You're constantly over explaining yourself, and it drives people up the wall and it drives people away, especially neurotypical people or people that I'm assuming are neurotypical, because if people hang around, if I over explain things and people actually interact with me back about it, there is someone that I'm going to likely be able to have a friendship or a social communication with outside of the context that we are interacting in the first place. Which is good, and I forgot what I was saying. It's good, but if I... No, I've forgotten it. But if they get annoyed at someone that I will have a strained relationship with, I think is where I was going with that conversation. Oh, good, Jasper, relax. It's, yeah, not really gonna happen. I'm also massively overstimulated today. I don't know if it's obvious. Probably is. I'm really, really strung out today. Not in a way that made me not want to stream. I wanted to stream, but I ran out of spoons quite badly today. And I spent pretty much the entirety of my shift at work on the verge of tears. And it's getting worse. And it's just like, I'm just trying to hold on for dear life at my workplace and just trying to keep things together so that when I do get to speak to a psychiatrist about all this, that hopefully it goes somewhere. because I genuinely am at my wit's end. And that was really depressing. I want to talk about that. Know what you mean, relaxing is hard. Yeah, I mean, I could quite easily sit. I know exactly what I would like to do right now to decompress. And it's not streaming, but I'm streaming anyway because I'm quite happy streaming, and I feel like it's not going to decompress me, but I'm going to get a lot of my thoughts out, so I'll be able to decompress doing other things later, which is good. So I'm quite happy to do this. Mostly because you guys, like, literally just come on here. I'm surprised that people watch me, and I'm surprised that people stick around, because genuinely, like, what the fuck? Like, I literally spend an hour every single, like, stream talking, like, about some random, like, hyperfixation at the time, and you guys listen, and I'm like, what the, are we, like, is this like an echo chamber? Am I in like a, like, are other people experiencing these things and it's nice to hear me talk about them? Or is it like a case of just like, I sound so insane it's almost entertaining? I'm genuinely like curious. I don't mind either way, it's like great, because I'm, realistically, it's sad. None of you watched me, I'd still do it. But like, I may not have continued doing it if it hadn't gone well. So anyway, surprised we listened, dude. You know how hard it is. Like, I have had a lot of people in my life not listen and actively tell me they're not listening to me. And it's really discouraging, especially when you're trying to learn social normities, to have people basically just shut you down. And it's like, because then you get so self-conscious, you spend so much time just in your own head overthinking why this happened, that you don't actually get to be like, okay, what would be the appropriate thing to do in this situation? I never really got that kind of situation. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of that was my mother's fault. Which was something that is kind of hard. It's like, I just never forget. And this happens a bit. It's not even happened just one time. This isn't like an isolated incident. It's happened a couple times. But I'll be talking to her about something, like, in depth, in detail, that she really doesn't want to talk to me about. Usually piercings. There are other subjects. I won't go into it, because obviously I've been told that maybe they're not so socially acceptable to talk about. And I just ran for ages, as I do on these streams. And she has, on a couple occasions in the car, if she's just not really feeling it, she's not like vibing with it or just letting me go, she's just pointed out that I don't understand when people are bored of the conversation. And I'm like, damn. Not a great feeling. Not a great feeling. It's not great to hear that you're boring people. Because on the one hand, I really want to shut up and not talk anymore. But then on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, but I'm still right in the middle of this train of thought, so I'm going to keep going. And that's a problem. Is that I don't stop. But then sometimes what ends up happening is I just don't talk altogether. It's like a constant battle. It's just like knowing, like, a lot of the time you don't want to talk, and then a lot of the time you really want to talk. It's can't do one or the other. It's like there's no in between. It's constant. I have to be talking, like, in a, like, really extreme, over-explained, like, hyper-focused way, and it's horrible. It's exhausting. But I wouldn't have it any other way. But, like, this is gonna be something that I'm gonna have to, like, just hope is not gonna cause problems with getting my referral. So, right. Net redeem drink. Don't be thinking that I will drink to that. I'm gonna open the game and we're gonna continue talking about this. Also, if at some point I have to run off, please excuse. I'm feeling really sick today. I know why. I'm very bloated. I'm not having a good time. I'm not very well, which is also why I'm so, like, overwhelmed today. I'm very sorry. I am very, very, very not well. Which is, like, fantastic. All the hugs. Thank you. Remember to take care of yourself. I'm not really sure this is something... I'm taking care of myself right now. God, this is loud. I know to you guys it's not loud, but to me it's very loud. I am taking care of myself. What is this? Ah, okay, cool. Hey, I just saw some awesome stickers on my sister Hannah's cell phone and absolutely needed them for myself. I sneaked into her room and found your shop name. I am taking care of myself right now, which is why I'm feeling unwell. Is because I've done things to make myself feel better, and yeah, it's not really going very well. I don't really know how to explain it other than that. I've done stuff. I've taken medication to make myself feel better, but it's gonna make me feel worse before I get better, if that makes sense. I'm not gonna go into detail, but it's not great. Looking. It. Ooh. But yeah, no. In terms of like the autism referral, it's just brought a lot of stuff out the woodwork that I didn't necessarily think about, and that's been a bit of a wild ride. Like, it's been really liberating to get this form done and be like, okay, now it's out of my hands, essentially. It's no longer like I cannot do any more to improve this other than, you know, talk to them when they're ready to talk to me, you know? So that's where I'm at. That is not what I was supposed to pick. God damn it. But yeah, no, I'm genuinely like, so like, dude, I'm like vibing. It's not great. It's just one of those things where I'm like trying to keep like going. I'm just, because it's a waiting game right now. There is nothing more I can do to improve what like I'm already awaiting. Like there's nothing more I can add, you know? I can't edit the forms, they've already been submitted, which was not great. Thanks, Psychiatry UK. It would have been nice to know that, you know, that once I pressed continue on to next form, that I was not going to be able to go back and like add further details to things from my childhood. That was not great. I could not add anything. So yeah. But right. Shall we see how much we've got? I've got. I might get some more. Oh, this is my. I need. Oh. Yeah, there we go. I need a upgrade. I believe. Ooh. Oh, okay, it does increase. Excellent. Right. What shall we do? I do wish... I love this game, but I do really wish that it would let me, like, actually draw stuff, because that would be super cool. If the creator, like, sees this or anything, hi, I'm really enjoying this game. But also, could you maybe, like, make it so I could, like, draw stuff myself? Because that would be super fun. Like, just not in a, like, requirement sense, but I'd love to try. I'd love to give it a go. I kind of want to make this. And then I want to get one of these, maybe? Oh, I don't know how much that cost me. Oh, okay. Whoops. Whoopsies! Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I fucked up. But yeah, no, in terms of like things, oh my god, I'm so fucking, my brain is not functioning. But yeah, no, it's genuinely like not really like I'm okay, but man, I really wasn't okay, and I am not really talking about it, and that's just life at the minute. That's so funny. Sorry. That's cute. Yeah, what am I supposed to do here? Yeah. I don't hate that. It's cute. Very much looks like a little klutzy Mina sticker, to be honest. We'll call it the Mina. It does. It is absolutely your sort of sticker. Let's make it. Oh wait, do I have time? Concentration. I'm like, fuck. God damn it, I'm really concentrating hard now. It's cute, thank you. Cool, okay. Now I have to go to bed, or else I will. Cool. Yeah, what was I talking about? So, like, I'm just feeling things now that I've filled out the form. I'm massively overwhelmed because of other reasons, and I'm massively overwhelmed in general, and also the fucking nothing seems to be kind of going right, and I don't really know how to improve it. I'm also, like, really starting to struggle with the audio side of, like, getting overstimulated by audio again. Interestingly, something that's kind of made me realize that my company, well, no, not my company, it's not really a company, but, like, the place I work for, they don't want to do stuff unless they have to, right? So whenever I have these meetings and I'm constantly telling them, like, hey, I need you to not move me around so much, it overwhelms me, I don't have the greatest processing abilities, and it's just too much at once. And then they turn around like, we understand that you maybe need adjustments, so could you tell us what those adjustments are? And then I go, please don't move me around as much. They go, we can't do that. It doesn't really fit with what we have planned for the kind of like the future of the warehouse. And It just doesn't really work for us. So is there something else that we can do? And it's a constant back and forth, and I'm constantly like butting heads, essentially. Like, we're not arguing about it, but it's like I basically always have to back down from what I know I need, what I ask for, which is horrible. And I'm really hoping that I can get some help with that. But what I've learned, though, is that I had a huge blow up one day. Like, I had a full-blown meltdown because this was when the audio side of my warehouse got too much. It's where it kind of blew up. Was that we got a new forklift in, which has a really loud beeper. We don't have it anymore, but at the time it was ridiculously loud. It was a problem. And then I also had to contend with that, the radio constantly going and basically playing like a torture chamber, like the same music every single day. And it was like, because 2 warehouse staff members like will not let us like change the radio station. It's horrible. Like, no one else enjoys it. And so basically, like, I was contending with that, the sound of the radio. Also, the radio usually has like a staticky noise in the back of it that I can hear, and it's horrible. And it's way too loud. So I'm contending with that. So I was contending with that. I was contending with also trying to filter through every single person's conversations, because every time anyone talks, if there's a load of people talking at once, my brain is going to be trying to filter out and pick up on different information, and I just can't do it because no one's built to do that. And then I've got people talking to me. There's a beeper going on an electrical piece of equipment I'm using. There's like the buzzing of just the big old charger behind me. Like, there's a lot of audio input in there. And then what did this like warehouse do? We have a TV in the warehouse. It's not for like viewing purposes. It's literally for just displaying statistics and stuff. Whoever makes these slideshows decided that it would be a good idea to add some royalty-free music over the top of it. I had enough. I broke down. The full meltdown. I couldn't do it anymore. I just like full on and this happened a couple times. And my ex-boss, but they still work there, came up to me. I was having a full meltdown in the bathroom, came in, and basically hugely shamed me about the fact that I wasn't coping with it. And I was like, look, it's just too much information to process. And they're like, well, everyone else seems to cope, and it's a busy warehouse environment, and like, you should expect that from here. And I was like, but do they really need the royalty-free music? We've already got the radio going. It's a lot to contend with. And they're like, yes, it has to be on. It's a policy now. We have to have the audio on. And I was like, is it really that necessary? And she would not have it. Would not let it lie. I was the problem. I was the problem, right? And I'm fully capable to address the fact that I'm trying to work. I'm a potentially neurodiverse person trying to fit in with a bunch of neurotypical people. Unlikely. I'm pretty sure there are more than just me in there. And it was just too much. And I basically I think what ended up happening is I just kind of had to just muscle through it. And then I left at the end of the day, and I just did not want to talk to anyone. It was the end of the world. I did not communicate with anyone for a few hours. And I came in the next day, and my actual boss, my new boss, so my current boss now, he said to me, what happened? And we talked about it, and I was like, look, I don't want to be difficult, but the background noise in here is diabolical. I don't know how anyone copes with it. I especially am not coping with it at all, and this will keep happening unless something changes. And I was like, please, just why do we, I understand that the forklift going is important, the beepers going is important, the battery charger going is important, right? I understand that there's not really anything in those things I can change. But I was like, and that is just part of working in a warehouse and hasn't been a problem until now. What is a problem is the audio-free music. And contending with the radio, I'm trying to work out what people are saying in songs, and it just sounds like I'm trying to listen to a different language, and it's just too much. I'm just struggling to process it, right? So I was having this conversation, and he said, can you write this down? Because I think it would be important and we can put it in the file and refer back to it later, which is something they do with me quite often. And I always get really annoyed because he knows full well that when he asks me to write something down, I will write it down, and it will be about 2 to 3 pages long. I don't do things half-heartedly. And so what ended up happening is I wrote this report, he took it off me, hand-wrote it, he took it off me, scanned it, gave a copy to my overhead management, and I noticed it the other day. I was saying to Paul, have you noticed that since I wrote that report, they haven't put the audio back on the TV ever since? On any of the TVs. So, I was right. It wasn't necessary. She was just being a bitch. I was so angry. I'm still angry about it. I'm like, why? And this is something that I'm gonna contend with until, like, I hopefully get an official diagnosis, because people just don't want to... This is something I'm struggling with, is people are not wanting to accommodate. Because it's work. It's essentially like, it goes against what they want. It's not what they want. They want to do things how they want to do things, and I'm making it difficult. The second I've put something in writing, they kind of have to be seen to be doing something for it. And this is why I'm now seeking out the referral, because things aren't changing. I'm getting put under a lot of pressure to perform to a standard that would be hard for anyone else, is pretty much impossible for me. Oh Lords, I'd have a breakdown. See, it's like, it's the end of the... I don't know how anyone... This is the thing, is like, even if I wasn't potentially autistic, right? I don't get how anyone could have coped with that noise. It was just horrendous. I just couldn't believe it. Did I? I'm gonna list it. God, I'm feeling really sick again. But yeah, no, it's just like, man. Like, I just don't understand this not willing to cater sort of issue that I seem to be really struggling with. Why? I don't like that this is on a white background, but I guess I gotta kind of go through it. I was looking for animal stickers and want to give them to a friend who's not feeling very well at the moment. I think your stickers might cheer him up. Best, Patrick. Very cool. But yeah, no, it's just like too unaccommodating. It's like, I do understand the limitations, but it's like, man, and this is the thing that I'm struggling with, and I've tried explaining to both my boss and my overhead management, is I've said, look, I get why you think you're going to struggle to accommodate this. The problem is that if you don't even try, I will get it taken out of your hands. Can't say that because it sounds like a threat. So basically what ends up happening is I just kind of have to say to my boss, look, I don't get why our overhead management is being difficult about this, because I don't think either of you really understand that you might not get a choice. And it's like, he has to go back to them with that. And it's like, I'm not trying to be a bitch about it, but like, I'm not coping. And he knows the level in which my mental health deteriorated because I had to get written off. That's how bad it was. I don't think I talked about that. I was written off a few weeks ago. Self-written off. I would have been written off for longer, but in order to do that, it requires a GP note. And I would have gotten it because, unfortunately, I guess, I'm considered high risk. So, this is just on anxiety and depression alone, guys. Like, the fact that there is potentially autism in that mix is not great, but, like, this also just means that, hey, I'm actually, like, kind of high risk. But yeah, no, genuinely. So I would have gotten it if I'd asked for it, but I really didn't want to phone when you're, like, that unstable and you're so like overwhelmed by literally the existing, like, right, when you're that overwhelmed, calling your GP surgery or even just contacting them and trying to get them to like sign you off is a task that you really don't want to deal with, you know? So it was just not gonna happen, and it sucks, but that's life, I guess. But yeah. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I could have 100% got it. It's not really, like, I don't understand why I just didn't. But, fun fact, I actually got a letter of concern as well. Because I've had too much time off for mental health. I've been referred to occupational health though, so it's fine. But like, my boss, my overhead management was very apologetic about that. They were like, I'm really sorry. Like, it's because you don't want to have to do this in these situations, but like, it's company policy. No, it's not a company. It's their policy. It's the no exceptions. And it's just like, okay. And I think they also have to reach a certain quota with the like letters of concern. From what I understand, is that they're supposed to be reaching a certain amount and they're just not. So for situations like mine, where it's an easy, like, we're gonna do this, but it gets cancelled out because occupational health, it's like, it doesn't really matter. So it's easier for them to be like, I'm really sorry, hopefully this doesn't, like, damage you, we have to do it, but realistically it doesn't matter, so don't panic about it too much. So... Did I just fuck that up? I think I just fucked that up. How do I unpack something? Ah. I fucked that up. I swear I fucked that up. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what to do in this situation. It's like, I'm at my wit's end. I had to put that in the report, because you have to kind of put in, like, because they have to put, like, can you I can't remember how they worded it, but it was, like, something like, can you describe how, difficult you're finding it in your life currently, and in the past, you navigate with these difficulties, and I basically just put, like, the truth. And the truth was a lot of detail that I maybe will probably get pulled up on. Guys, I'm just gonna be honest, I don't know how this is gonna go. I've basically admitted to not being in the best mindset, in a very much not great place, in a sense that if I said that to anyone in my IRL life, they might have to, like, call someone. It's that bad, or it was that bad. It's not now. I want to make this very clear, I'm fine now, but I really wasn't for a minute. And I basically, like, I've had to put that in a form to a psychiatrist. Might not. I'm just, like, being realistic. There is a slight chance that I might not be allowed to stream for a while. I don't know what's gonna happen. I hope not, because your girl is like, I got piercings. I don't really want to have to take those out, you know? No, just for stream. No, it's like, it would be for the right reasons, if that makes sense. But like, I don't want to. I'm alright now. But I'm up against it, you know? I don't want this stream to be me talking about how shit my life is. But like, I am genuinely like, at my wit's end. I don't really want to talk about it, but your girl actually is just not coping. I don't know how to explain what I'm going through right now. I don't really have a train of thought. I've thought a lot about how I'm gonna deal with this from now on in if I do get diagnosed. Here we go. I do receive a official diagnosis if they agree with me that they think that I'm autistic. What's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna forget my train of thought. God damn it. Yeah. No, it's gone. Can't remember. Let's make another one. I only really want to make fun stickers. I don't really want to do any of this, like, planning, you know? Oh. Upgrades maybe. I love this Bruce. Sorry, I've gone really quiet. I like genuinely have lost my train of thought. Oh man, oh man. I don't think it helps that I'm feeling like stupid. Like, hey. That would have been a great one to do for the. Oh, man. That one. Do a JasperWackx. I love this star. Great. Dude, this brings back memories. I'm never gonna like get over the like being being group and just doing loads of like all this. It just makes me sad. I'm just like missing those streams, those days. I don't really talk about it, mostly because it's more a case of I just don't want to accidentally, like, I don't want to, like, name drop, if that makes sense. But I used to be on my friend's stream, and we used to all have so much fun, and I miss that time. I get that. Yeah. Good times. It meant a lot to me. Like, I had a routine going with it. I had friends. I had a guaranteed like thing to do constant. And it was just wonderful. And I mean, I still have all those things, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I still like it was nice. Like, nice being a part of something bigger. I don't know. I think the best way I could put it is like I was part of a club, it felt like, and I don't really do clubs. That was something I had to fill out, was like, they're like, do you have any social activities like clubs or social gatherings outside of this? And I was like, nope. I was like, god damn it. I'd love to. But I think something that really stresses me out, and stressed me out as a kid at clubs, was when there was a new person. What really got me was that I remember I used to do like a young person's first aid club. Don't ask me why. And it was great. And then for some reason I came in one day and suddenly I was popular and everyone wanted me to sit by them. I genuinely thought I was like imagining it. I was like, oh my god, there are so many people that want me to talk to them and I don't talk to any of these people and I want to, but I don't want to disappoint. It was a lot. It was too much. I was like, man, don't perceive me. Please don't perceive me. Like, just pretend like I don't exist. It's too much. It's too... I would love that experience, but it's like too different from what I experienced to be comfortable, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain it other than that. It's too big of a change. It's like, please just go back to pretending I don't exist if you don't mind. God damn. Question, why is there anxiety but no depression? That doesn't feel very inclusive. I have letters, don't I? That could be fun. Alright, well that's all this. I like never look at any of this. And I will continue not to look at any of these because I don't have that kind of money. Did we get anywhere? Did I actually buy anything? Did I like genuinely buy anything? I can't remember. I did. I bought this. Okay. Good lord. Oh man. Oh man. I don't want it that big. Nope. Well. God damn. I did. I did. It's a JasperWackx. That would be a cute logo. So you... Thank you. Very interesting. I mean, it would be better if I had a star of some sort. I don't think I do, other than... And I don't think that will fit. I love it. But I just think that I need a star. I need a star. I need some sort of like proper star. I mean, I'm all for maybe this one. Is there another one though? That kind of just looks like it's drawn like by a kid. Just a bit. No offense to whoever drew that, but it just kind of like doesn't, it just, something about it just doesn't feel right. It's very much the Forest of Fantasy logo though. Also, for anyone wondering, have I got any further with that? Have I fucked? Just be realistic, it's still ongoing. I mean, it's more just like, I don't have the, like, time to sit down and, well, I do, but I don't, and I haven't, so please excuse. But we'll get there. I want a blackbird, but they don't have one. Guys, the blackbird thing is not going away, much to my pleasure. Originally we weren't sure if, like, because I kind of talked to you guys about it, like, the blackbird theme was, like, very much apparent to me living with my parents, right? And I wasn't sure how much it was going to carry over once I moved house, because I didn't know if there were, like, you know, blackbirds here. But there's a whole bush of them. Holy shit, the baby this morning, it was so cute. It was just, like, hopping down the stairs in front of Paul when we came back from work, and, like, it, like, flew over to the handlebars on the stairwell across from us, and, like, oh my god, it kind of just couldn't, its little feetsies weren't very strong, so it kind of kept sliding around, trying to right itself. It had no tail, it was so bushy, it was, like, this little, like, black dust cloud looking thing. It was so cute with a beak, and I was like, I love it. I want to take it home. So I was in love, dude. So the blackbird theme is still relevant. We're fine. Can I have a fucking star? Are you kidding? Like, is there any freaking stars in this other than that? That's great though. I like that a lot. Am I gonna have to go for this? Oh. Fine, whatever. Whatever. Oh, I saved it, cool. Interesting. I don't want it that big. Although that's not terrible. Probably. Do I want it that color? I mean, I like it, but just maybe white would be better for this. I don't know, gold maybe? Maybe gold does work. I don't think my theming is very gold though, so maybe white would be better, but I think... I don't know, maybe gold. Maybe gold. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. We're gonna go with that. I'm not too against it. Do we have any other flair we can add? Where's that sparkly shit? Kinda looks like it's got dandruff. I hate it. Okay, we'll go with something else. I don't hate the logo kind of rough concept though. Probably. Maybe this is something we'll go with. We'll call it Jasper. It's like, I did have a mock-up of the logo a long time ago. I've still got it somewhere. I don't think I ended up really using it for anything. But like, mostly because there was just something about it that just didn't hit right. It was something to do with the moons. I wasn't too, like, the maple leaf and the moons was very much the theming I was going for, and it's still a theme I'm going to stick with because I think it represents the Forest of Fantasy kind of perfectly. But something about it just wasn't hitting. And I mean, I thought it was a great idea when I originally came up with it, and then it just kind of like in translation just didn't work. I've got ideas. I've got a lot of ideas. I need to sit down and sketch them out, and then if I like them, I need to then send them off to someone to maybe trial them, or like come up with some just like rough concepts. But I don't really know how that really works with commissions. I'm not great with commissions. I haven't got very far with commissions. This is also why I tend to stick with the same artist for my commissions. So it's why I kind of like panicked when my rig artist like stopped selling, because I'm like, okay, we're never getting a new model. Because I'm like, I don't want to try and communicate with anyone else. This is a problem. But it's why our emo artist is always the same person. It's partially because I think that because of her art, we have a consistent theme, and I love that. And also, great artist, Spirelli. I'm pretty sure she's tagged. Great artist, always does a wonderful job, phenomenal. Would purchase from again. What was I saying? But like, it's just kind of hard finding that kind of exchange with someone else. Like, I chose my emo artist because something I really appreciated about her artwork was that her people's hands were like somewhat detailed, and that was something I really appreciated, because I got so specific about it. I was like, I really don't want someone who does like nubs. Not that I'm against it on other people's, I just didn't want that for mine, because I was like, it's not really very me. It would be with intense detail for me. So that was why I like booked them, because their art stood out for me, and they've always done a fantastic job. The Blackbird one did take a bit of back and forth, mostly because I think there was some parts of it that kind of got a bit missed. Like, blackbirds are very notorious to my area, but most people wouldn't really look at them. They're just like, oh, it's just a blackbird. Like, they wouldn't really think of it anything other than that. And I'm like obsessed with them. So I know all their colors and their patterns, and I know what makes them very specifically a different species to, like, say, a crow or a raven. Right? Obviously the size is a huge part, but like, they do look very different. And that was something that trying to translate to someone was a bit interesting. I don't know if they're just not native to their area, or if it's just like not something that they really thought about. I did send reference images, but the original concept that came back, so the blackbird had white like around the eyes, and I had to say like, it's supposed to be yellow. They very specifically always have yellow around them, unless it's a female, but I was going for a male, because obviously Headbanger was a male. He's still around, by the way. I saw him a few weeks ago. He doesn't bother my window anymore because I took the privacy film down, and he doesn't see his reflection anymore, so he didn't come to my window towards the end, but he would attack my neighbor's window, which I found really funny, so I did see him a couple times. Anyway. I do love this. I'm not opposed to this. I do hate how they choose to do the layout though. What the fuck is all this? I'm not hating on it. I wouldn't go for this sort of style. I mean, I like this style. I like a pentagram, but I wouldn't I don't know if it would really fit with the brand. It might be what I go for in the end, but I don't know. Who knows? I got some ideas. I kind of actually have a very specific idea. I just, again, don't know how well it will translate onto kind of paper. So I gotta sketch that out and see if I hate it or I like it. But I think that it will kind of encompass both what I think of my brand as being and what you guys think of my brand as being. So I'm hoping get it to. We'll see, we shall see. Because I think that's important at the end of the day, because my brand would be nothing without you guys. But, like, at the same time, I need to do something that I know will translate, like, in the future and stuff. Because I don't think, like, I've talked about it before, I don't think the goth part is, or the alternative part of me as a person is really hitting in my branding. And I need it to, so. Cool, baby! That's listed. Shut down. Okay, fine. Sleep. Oh god. I'm still curious about this open bit. Hey again, JasperWackx. I'm absolutely in love with for the Book Talk Freaks sticker. Remember my stationery collection back in the day? Well, it's only grown since we graduated, and your stickers are perfect for it. Excellent. Jeez. I feel like I should give them some stationery. Yeah. Reoccurring custom. Nice stickers. Thanks, man. Oh. Fun thing as well. I want to talk about this. Going back to the autism topic. So part of this is that my mother has to fill out a informant form, right? So it's gotta, like, they've got to kind of, she's got to fill out a form to kind of say what I was like as a child and stuff. And a few things have come from that, which is great. And one of these things is that reading what she's written is kind of like making me realize, like, it might kind of not end well, because she gets a few things wrong in that. It's very obvious that she didn't really perceive massively a lot of my struggles as a child, or at least when I was really young, I think. But I think a lot of that was just due to the fact that at the time, obviously, when I was younger, autism was still looked at as being a very boy-central issue. It wasn't something that you really saw, like, little girls with. So a lot of that stuff would have been missed, so she wouldn't have held on to that for future reference, which is fine. But one thing she did hold on to, I did have to correct her because she got the movie mixed up, but something that, I think I've talked about it before, my special interest And it's still a special interest. I'm still obsessed with it. I would quite happily watch it on repeat permanently for the rest of my life and never get sick of it. Is the movie Atlantis, the Disney movie Atlantis. It was my special interest as a child. It is still my special interest as an adult. Paul, oh, I never talked about this. Paul very kindly for Valentine's Day. I think it was either Valentine's Day or our anniversary. I think it was Valentine's Day. He very kindly for Valentine's Day got me the collector's edition of Atlantis. I'm gonna marry that man. I swear to God. Oh my God. That... I cried. I cried. He was so proud of himself as well because he was like, it didn't cost him very much. But it was like, didn't know how much it meant to me. I watched that shit with him, right? And that collector's edition comes with loads of special features. I spent hours watching that. I like poured over it. It was scratching that itch, man. It was scratching that itch. What can I say? It like genuinely like was it. I found out so much. A lot I already knew, but like I found out so much, and I was like, I can't. It was so great. So one of these, going back to the original topic, so my mom, she got it mixed up. She put Treasure Planet. I did have to correct her on that, and I said, like, it's not Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet was a close second, and it was very much in the theme of that, but Atlantis was the one I watched on repeat. She'd put on there that, because they're like, did she have any kind of intense obsessions or interests as a child? And my mother put that she was really into Monster High and really into Treasure Planet, or Atlantis or what she meant. And collected a lot of things from those franchises. And as far as I'm aware, she still has all of those. She is correct. I do still have those. I am currently trying to replace a lot of what I've lost of the Atlantis stuff because for some reason, I thought I held on to all of it because why would I have ever gotten rid of it? But apparently a lot of it has gone missing over the years. And I only found that out when I moved, which was devastating because, for one, a lot of that stuff, you got to keep in mind this movie was like 2001, 2003, I think. God. I think it was 2001. 2000 or 2001. I don't remember. Anyway. So this movie was like... there. That's really going to bother me that I can't remember the year. I'm pretty sure it's 2001. Yeah, 2001. I was right. Get fucked, people. So, what was I saying? I can't remember. So I had a lot of, like, the merchandise when I was a kid that my mother gifted me. She gifted my sibling all the McDonald's toys and gifted me the actual action figures. So from the Mattel series of it. I loved them. I played with them constantly. They were my pride and joy. And being a kid, you could tell which one was my favorite. So unfortunately, the Kida doll went down the back of my grand sofa, which I didn't know at the time, and for many years just thought kind of disappeared into the void, you know, as things do. And I never really got over it. And then oh, welcome, Dimple Doll. Sorry, I didn't actually see your name because your color mixed in with Mina's. I'm so sorry. I hope that I didn't read that too late. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So one of these things was like, what was I saying? God damn it. They were like these little mini action figures from Mattel, and you could tell which one was my most like prized one. The one I took everywhere with me was the Vinny doll, because Vinny was my favorite character, still is. Absolute 10 out of 10 character, best character ever. I love him. He was my first crush. It was terrible because as a child, I had a really close friend as a kid. Like, it was very much that childhood boyfriend sort of thing. Very close friend. His dad looked a lot like Vinny, which was like, Looking back on, I'm like, God damn it. Anyway, so I was obsessed with this Vinny doll. Unfortunately, what ended up happening was that both his legs snapped off, unfortunately. They were very narrow for some reason, and obviously, being a child that took it everywhere, it's very special to me. I'm feeling sick again. Oh. Very special to me. What's ended up happening is, I don't know what's happened to it. I put it in a box for safekeeping. It is not in that box. I don't know what's happened to it. I think what might have happened, and this happened a couple times, is that what might have happened is my mother just kind of fished it out one day and like got rid of it because it was broken, which actually crushes me. Oh. But yeah. Oh. I'm gonna take a short break in a sec. Or am I? Because I've got shit to do. I gotta take a short break because I'm not feeling too great and I need to kind of stand up. I will be right back. I'm gonna leave the music running. And I'm back. Apologize. Not feeling great. I'm fine. I'm feeling better now. Crack open a cold one. Ooh. Right. Where did we get to? Right, so we packaged all the orders. I haven't made one today. Yeah. I mean, it's somewhat limiting when you think about it, because it's like, man, I got nothing. I got nothing. I can't really think of anything to kind of do with these. I really want to make a, like, vegan, like, metal sticker. Or, like, anxiety. That would be really funny. Should we do anxiety? I'll do vegan. Because I've got... Ah, well, fuck it. We'll do it. Some... Oof. What was that? God damn. I'll get the lightning. Maybe this would be a good one, and then we can like do like a I got some ideas. I got inspo. Guys, I got some inspo. I got it. Right. We'll do one of these. Oh fuck, I don't have any colors, do I? God damn. Can I get some colors? Can I get a right, so this one's for the outside. I don't really want different colors for that anyway. I'm not really into that. I mean, what color do I want? Oh god. Wait, these are all like really expensive. Shit. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just get like a white one. Throw a in. Like make it look like an old carry. No. okay, this isn't translating how I thought it would go. But like, you know, we're going for it, we're going through it. We're gonna minus one of these and like, ooh, baby, this might look good actually. Nice. I'm not so keen on the just blackness of it, much as I like it because it's like very gothic, but it's like not really, how do you word it? Like, it's makes sense. Like, it's a bit too black and white, and I would like it to be more of a charcoal. If that makes sense. Don't know. The vision! The vision is not visioning for me. I mean, it would be cool if we could get like a butterfly that's like just a symbol. That would be something similar. Like, I like these yellow ones that you can pick the color for. That would be nice. But I don't think so. Oh my god, it's Jasby, the critter of Cornwall. It is indeed. I is here. I'm in existence. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Maybe that one would be better, actually. A bit more. Then it's very, like, vegan. I mean, it's cute, but it's just not really, like... I don't know. I've got some ideas, who knows? Not vegan, by the way. I have started, like... I've realized that I am starting to become, like, a pretty strong vegetarian. I'm not a vegetarian. I don't want to sit here and say that I'm a vegetarian because I'm still eating things like sweets and stuff that are made from gelatin. Gelatin? I think that's the one. Gelatin and stuff. And like, I'm not really like reading labels to make sure they're vegetarian or anything. I'm just eating, like, my main meals are mainly vegetarian now. Like, I'm eating, like, whenever we cook, Paul usually has something with meat in it, and I'm usually having something vegetarian. And it's not really doing me great. I'm trying to keep up my, like, protein intake with, like, things that are more protein based and, like, tofu and stuff, but it's just not hitting like meat does, and that's fine. I'm not really, like, I think it's just going to take a bit of experimenting. I'm not really looking to eat as much as I did anymore anyway, because your girl is not really, I'm just not into it anymore. It's like, it's not even like, I'm not trying to be a vegetarian, but I am trying to eat more plant-based just because I feel less guilty about what I'm eating that way. I don't know. It's a personal thing. Anyway, Neridine, drink dummy, thank you. I will drink to that. I will fucking spill it all down myself as per fucking usual. Hello, hello, big girl. How's it going? Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask Jessa, how good are you with animal knowledge? It depends. It really depends. Why? I mean, I don't want to sit here and say I'm an expert by any means of the imagination. Tell me what's the roundest part of a deer. Sorry? Like, round as in, like, big, like, thick, like an ass? Or, like, round as in actually spherical? Because spherical would probably be its eyeballs or, like, brain. We're talking about the biggest part. Oh, okay. There's nuts. Why would you Why would you ask me? Why would you ask me? Why would you ask me if you're making... Oh! Right. Very good. These nuts. Thanks. Thanks. I hate it. Alright, let's go into upgrades again. I just want to kind of like take a look-see. If I can find some symbolism that I prefer. I think I got everyone so far except Maddie. Oh. Yeah, Maddie's pretty on top of those things. Leafy greens. I mean, I'm not, like, feeling any of these, like, next to the lightning bolt. Oh, sorry. Am I fucked in the head if I see star signs? I think of Homestuck. I don't have any... I don't really know anything about Homestuck, so I couldn't tell you. So that's probably why, so maybe, but like... I'm just trying to find like a good symbol. It's not like... Hello? Apples. My earth. I'm on time, dudes. I'm like doing good with the timing. I just want like a leaf or something. Yeah, I like that. Oh, look, there you go. There's these. Oh, and this would be perfect. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Go to sleep. I might be wasting the day, but realistically, I got nothing. That's probably for the better. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I've had all the horror stories about that fandom, like the like whole thing about like the girl who died themselves like black the bathtub to cosplay as a character. That's all I know about. I remember that period of time, but that's only because I saw that like easy. No, I don't really know. Hello, I found some of your stickers in my sister's room and first thought she took them, but it seems Alex and I have more in common than what I thought. Both love your stickers. I'm glad you enjoy them. Mina, everyone's loving the Mina sticker. I made like this kind of themed on Mina, and it's like the one everyone's asking for. Hope that I packed that properly. Oh my god, hang on. Try again. I was so like paranoid that I'm gonna fuck it up. Okay. It's more like I think that every fandom starts great until the psychopaths join in. With the psychopaths become the loudest part of the fandom, then the fandom starts reaching its terminal stage. I mean, yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, I thought for, like, the longest time that Supernatural was gonna end up going that way, and it kind of, I don't think it did, which was great, but, like, why? I don't know. But it was very much in that kind of, like, culture of, like, obsessive, worrying fan interactions. It was weird. Weird time. gonna have to print off my Mina stickers. Even though I want to kind of change it, because I just don't like the white. I just think it looks a bit silly, but it just looks silly next to all these other stickers is what I'm trying to get. Okay, let's see about getting some new, like, additives. What are we thinking? This one? One of these? I'm liking this a lot. I could see. Gonna get that one. Do I get this? No, I can't afford it. God damn it. Has it deleted it? Yeah, it has. Whoops. Oh gosh. I was in the My Little Pony fandom and I still am, but like anything, I watch things from the sidelines and never interact with anyone, never join anything, so everything kind of passes by me. The fandom turned into a hideous monster, but after the finale, the remnants are pretty chill. Now we just play the World War 1/2 mod for Hearts of Iron 4. Yeah, I mean, I never got into My Little Pony. It wasn't really like, I think I'm in the right generation, but I wasn't like, I don't know. It wasn't really available to me. So I had My Little Pony, and I think I would have really enjoyed it had I watched it, but it was just not something I really experienced. But like, yeah, it was a bit of a weird one. Like, with Supernatural, it's a similar story. Like, it's pretty much like the fandom, while I was in the fandom, it was ginormous. Again, I didn't interact with anyone either. It wasn't really something I did. What I did to express my love of Supernatural was that I had a backpack that I took everywhere. I've still got it. And it had like a detachable flap on it. It was my school bag for many years, and then I took it on holiday with me. It had a detachable flap that like had the characters on the front. And then that flap sort of didn't, people kept ripping it off at school, so what would happen is like over time it just sort of ended up getting like not as like, because it was Velcro, so it just ended up not being as great to stick on. So what I ended up doing was I ended up painting a lot of like the symbolism, like the devil's trap and the like anti-possession symbols. I started painting those in acrylic on the bag. It was great. I loved it. I went out with it a lot. I got so many compliments. I had people coming up to me. And this is something that I've experienced a lot as someone who expresses their interest in things by wearing merchandise. It's that people come up to you and they're like, I like your shirt, or I like your bag, or I like this, that, and the other. And it's great. But a lot of the time I find with people who have very similar interests, they feel an overwhelming urge to go up to the people and say that they like it, but as far as we're both concerned, like, that is good enough and we don't need to express it any more than that. So that's how I, like, was in the community. But things like message boards and stuff, not so much. I'm not good with stuff like that, and I tend to, like, steer clear of, like, fan culture anyway, not for any, like, particular reason. I just don't feel that strong need about anything like that, and also because I find that people have opinions that I might not agree with, and I don't want to upset people by disagreeing with them, if that makes sense as well. So that's where I'm at with it. But yeah, no, I do remember, like, from the years of, like, just watching fandom culture from the sidelines, like, it's just crazy how far people took it, you know? Yeah, I mean, you can always pick it up, might be a guilty pleasure, but there's a reason why we loved it so much. Too busy, no biggie, there's no time limit. If you feel like you're too old for it, I can tell you you aren't. It's not that, it's just not really, like, the sort of, not really into the whole, like, magical world where nothing goes wrong sort of vibe. I don't really know how to describe it. I mean, I might. I've never really tried it. You know, don't knock it till you try it. It's just not something that's really drawn me in, if that makes sense. Warrior Cats was another one. I was the friends that I had in school were really into Warrior Cats. And if you didn't know, Warrior Cats is pretty much like, you're into Warrior Cats and you liked pretending to be a Warrior Cat on the playground and liked drawing Warrior Cats in your free time. How's the autism going? But it was not something I ever got into, which was super weird because I was around people that were really into it. My sibling was super into it, and I could not get into it. I read the first, like, couple chapters of, like, the first book, and I think someone got hurt. One of the cats got hurt or something, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to read this. I just straight up, like, put it down. I was like, no. I was like, I'm not reading this. That was, like, my entire, like, experience with Warrior Cats. I was like, I'm not reading this. Like, I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't want anyone to die. So, like... But that was too extreme, so maybe My Little Pony would be something I'd be into, but I don't know. But, like, I find that those sort of cultures typically have people that, like, enjoy sort of the more... There's a word for it. It's, like, the animal... It's, like, not... Is it animorph? I don't know. Where it's, like, animals with people personalities, if that makes sense. Like, people enjoy that. That's not something I really enjoy, mostly because I don't really understand it. This isn't me criticizing, by the way, because I was around people that really enjoyed this and I could completely see why they enjoyed it. It just wasn't my thing. So no slander or anything. I'm just talking from my experience. But yeah, no, that wasn't something I was into. I don't know what I was into. I don't really think I really fit a theme with things I was into. I was into Doctor Who, I was into Supernatural massively, I was into Monster High, and Disney's Atlantis, and Marvel, and those were sort of the special interests that I sort of developed and still have. And none of those fit together. Like, if that makes sense at all, like... I mean, Monster High and, like, Supernatural kind of, because it's both monster-based, but, like, am I into horror? No. Do I consume any horror media? No. Other than, like, M. Night Shyamalan, I watch his horror stuff. I watched The Sixth Sense the other day. That was great. Would have been better if Paul didn't immediately spoil it for me, which was like, thanks, mate. I don't know if he's home, by the way. It was like, I just ended up sending the movie trying to work out, like, okay, so which one of them is it? And also, like, I got confused because I thought the little boy, I don't think this is spoiling anything, but I thought that the little boy was the older boy in the beginning and he'd gone back in time, but at the end, Paul was like, no, that's not what it was. And so I just got confused the whole time, but... If you haven't seen it, it's a great movie, but I do recommend the M. Night Shyamalan stuff. If you're, like, not into... If you're a bit freaked out by jump scares and stuff, maybe proceed with a bit of caution. Obviously, something I always recommend to people is if you are wanting to watch films that are recommended to you, but you're not sure if you would cope with it because of jump scares or sensitive content, I always recommend a website called Does the Dog Die? And it will give you sort of the trigger warnings of a film. I will say, though, just be aware that by reading those, you are essentially spoiling the movie for yourself. From my perspective, I don't care, because it's more important to me that I don't get stressed out while consuming media. So that's why I do it this way. But I know some people are really like, I don't want to have anything spoiled for me. It's like, you kind of got to choose whether you want, if you're that worried. And horror movies, I think it's pretty easy to, like, make that decision on. So if you're nervous about horror movies, or you're sensitive about horror content or things like jump scares and stuff, Does the Dog Die is great. And I do recommend it because it's meant that I've steered clear of movies that would have stressed me out, that I almost got roped into watching. So yeah, anyway, sorry. Oh, trust me, plenty goes wrong. For example, racism, goddamn! I was into Doctor Who, as any Brit, yeah, but, like, not like I was into it, like I watched it every, like, couple of weeks or something. Like, no, I was really deadly into it. Like, I would exclusively play it on the playground. It was all I talked about for several years. Same with Monster High. Monster High was a similar situation where it was like, it was all I talked about sort of thing. And it was all I wanted to talk about. If it was my special interest at the time, it was all I consumed. It was all I talked about. It was all I bought. It's all I spent my money on. And this is a common issue that I struggle with now as someone who doesn't have a... At the minute, I mean, Supernatural's sort of come back into it because I'm rewatching it, but like in terms of like what's like my main special interest now, I couldn't actually tell you, because like I typically go through phases of it, and then I'll go for like one thing to another, and then at the minute I'm sort of in between. So I've got loads of hyperfixations, but I don't have any like right now present special interest. There's still my special interest. I would still quite happily sit and consume media on it, but like, you know, I think just because I got so much on my mind at the minute, I don't think there's any like right or wrong reason. Yes, home. I just heard sound of death downstairs. I kind of like the lightning. Oh, this isn't gonna fit like this. Sorry. Yeah, let me tell you, the ponies, cute and adorable ponies, they're racist as fuck. Do you think, oh, they're just ignorant and it'll get fixed with the power of friendship or some shit? No, they are literally born with it and have to be taught otherwise. Oh, shit. Maybe not something that I would be into then. I'm like, I don't know. I got a bit of heightened sense of justice about those sort of things. Oh, someone said something to me today, and I literally... Oh yeah, it was because... Actually, I don't want to explain the context because it just makes it worse, and I don't want to talk about it because it would make a bad situation. But someone in my workplace that I regard as like someone I'm friendly with said something, and I literally turned around and I was like, don't say that. And they're like, why? And I was like, because it's racist. And like, I don't feel bad pointing that sort of shit out to people, because in my opinion, it's like, they don't want to be friends with me after I call them out, then that's a problem for them, not for me. But like, realistically, it's like most people, I've had, why can't I move this? I've had people argue with me about it, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm super into this. I just don't like the... Maybe... I'm not sure if I like that. It just feels like it's almost like, vegan, but it does still have animal products, you know? Probably don't. Anyway. Sorry, Oh, sorry. There's a master race called alicorns, very rare. Only like 2 existed at the start of the series. There's a mix of 3 pony races, earth ponies, normies, the Pegasus? And unicorns. They keep them on good terms with one another. The second they're gone, racism is back on the menu. Sorry, I hope I'm not oversharing. I just find it absolutely hilarious. No, by all means. I'm quite happy for people to share their special interests with me. It's fascinating. It's interesting to me hearing about other people's special interests, because it's like, wow, this is fun to hear about. Not something I'm into, but, you know? Good stuff, good stuff. I really like this, but I also hate it, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. This is not working, and I don't know why, and it's upsetting me. Sounds like I'm playing something really frustrating. What's gonna say to me later, like, what were you, like, freaking out so much about? And I'm gonna be like, fucking sticker game. It's like, it's like, I just no. Like why? Why am I like this? I do like this. I want this. I want this. Can't have this. Do I settle for something else? No. Maybe the peace symbol actually might be good. I don't think it would fit though with the like goth theme I'm going for. Need more of a like the rose would be ideal, but like because it's at an angle it just wouldn't look right. I need a goth symbol that isn't just the star. But yeah, no, super interesting. Maybe the moon. Again, I don't really like that it's an angle. I don't really know how to explain what I'm feeling. I'll tell you the story. Before the land of Equestria, the main pony nation, was founded, each pony race had its own land. They had to escape it. Why? Simple. The racist and hate was such magnitude that it attracted demons that fed off it and turned the lands into an ice age wasteland. What the shit? Dude, why is this so deep? And why does like no one talk about this? Fucking deep, man. What the hecky? Not sure what he's doing. Moving plates around and I can hear it. But like, we're gonna have takeaway tonight. If he hasn't changed it. I'm panicking now. Can you tell? Good. It's sudden change. I don't like any of these. Really want that flower, but like expensive. Right, how many stickers do I have, actually, come to think of it? Can I not look? Are you kidding? Right, printer. That's how I look, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, because I kind of want to change this. I'm going to print all these. I'm going to use up what I've got. Sorry. So they made expeditions, found the same land and repeat another ice age, but some smaller folk were like, dude, I don't have a reason to hate you, shit, neither do I. Boom, a spark of friendship that saved the day. So quite literally, they can't get too racist again, or it's ice age time again. Dude, this is like crazy. What are they thinking? Oh yeah, I was gonna see about getting the inner sticker a bit different, wasn't I? Okay, let's start with this one. And then I'm gonna do one of these bad boys. And then it's one of these. that. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't hate it like that. I'm gonna change this sticker. It is a popular sticker, but I'm like into it. Maybe give it some sparkles. I like it. I think this is a lot better than it was. Very good sticker. Yes, yes. Thank you. Dawn, hey there, I'm Dawn. I normally don't write any messages, but frankly I found a sticker shop with reasonable prices and pride themes. My bullet journal for biology studies will look much better. Well, that's great, except you didn't buy any of the pride stickers. Literally! Like, cool, my dude. Why is that one up? I didn't print that one. Is it listed, that one? Oh no, that wasn't supposed to be listed. So I was supposed to use these. Oh no. And I've got 8 I need. Oh my god. Okay, I'll pack them and then I'll delist it. That wasn't supposed to happen. That's my bad. Why do they want 6 of them? Are you kidding? Why 6? What's wrong with this one? Why is this one so much better? Huh? Huh? I don't understand. This is ridiculous. How many do you fucking want, my dude? That one on there, right? Okay. All of it. Anyway, time to walk the dog. See you then. Oh, I didn't read that top message. Yeah, it's like cute show for little girls. Boom, someone throws her in universe slur, and yeah, when you are a wee lad or lass, you don't catch it, but when you're old, you're like, oh my god. There was an episode where a zebra showed up. Guess what? Everyone was scared of her because they'd never seen a zebra before. Oh my god. Bruh, this is a kid's show. Like, they've got both of them. Are you kidding? Okay, whatever, dude. Whatever. I mean... Is that all of them? Dude, people are asking for... People are like... buying my stickers, you know? I'm like producing a lot of stickers here. Alright, ship those off. Delist the fucking this one, because I wasn't supposed to list that one. I need to get this one gone. Can I now pay for the flower thing that I've been begging for? Please? Thank you. Okay. I mean, I still like the rose, but like... whatever. I want this fucking vegan sticker dealt with. I'm like, I keep making it and then I never like produce it. Right? You mind? You mind? Is that good? Cool. And then... and then... do some wording. So vegan. I feel like it's gonna be cute for people. What I imagine this sticker for is like people who make their like own home goods and they're like, oh, it's vegan. And then they can stick this on and then it's kind of like gives it a nice flair. That's what I'm thinking, anyway. I like it. I'm super into it. There we go. Look at that! Look at how pretty it is! I'm obsessed. So cute. That took a lot. That took a lot. Vegan. Oh. Yeah, baby. Ooh. Thick. Okay. Now I've got no more ideas. God damn it. Okay. Gotta line it all up perfectly. Gotta try and get the most profit out of printing these pages, and I'm just like over here like, I will hyper intensively organize these and get profit, but like, geez, you know? And I'm living for it. I feel like that it's sort of got this 3D effect to it because it's got the like thicker shadow on this side. I don't know if you guys can tell. Might just be me. many more stickers I can get on there. You know? Cool. Look at that! 25. Print. Nice. That's one sheet I have to produce. Pretty cool. Let's look at the upgrades. I'm still curious about this. Like, if any of this makes festive crown. I'm still like, maybe I should get the green paper. I don't. I don't really have any of this stuff listed, do I? Hmm. Like that key. Let's buy some of this stuff. I don't know what any of it means. Do I get to add it to my shop is the question. No. Okay, interesting. So what am I supposed to do with it? I don't really understand. Am I just missing it? Am I missing the point? Am I supposed to think for myself? Because I don't really get it. Not good. Maybe just get a bit then. Alright, we'll do one more day and then I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, baby. Pop, pop. What? Oh. Oh, what I wanted. I wanted this one. And... oh, they did buy the vegan sticker, let's go! I do like as well, from a distance, it looks like the vegan is in like Japanese writing. Like, or like, you know how you sometimes get logos with the like kanji or like katakana written underneath? That sort of stuff. Oh, I haven't had one of these in ages. Them wasn't popular. Thick. Okay. I'm like really into this game, but I'm like, is there anything else to it, you know? I don't know if I've got any other stickers I can make. Maybe I make a pumpkin. And I want a face. I got ideas. I got ideas. I got ideas. Oh. Happy, happy. So cute. I want to make it really little. So funny. Do I want it at the back though? Full face. I don't hate it. I don't know if I like that or if I prefer it like... What movie? Or if I prefer it like... This looks kind of messy like that, in my opinion. But then if I put this back, it looks... Maybe, I don't... I think I'm gonna go with it, because I don't know. How many gothic stuff we could pick on this sheet? I think I'm gonna leave it yellow. I think that looks good. I think. I hope. Hmm. I gotta figure out some more stuff this game, I think, because I need to kind of figure out if, like, this will... I mean, I'm not against it. It gives me the opportunity to kind of chat with something going on in the background, if that makes sense. Really annoys me. It's just like, you just like, you know, line it up better, you know? Oh man, no they can't. Jarring. Okay, this is horrendous. Maybe not. I mean, I'm gonna get more in there than the preset gave me, so, I mean, it's not the end of the world. We got that going for it. Nice. Yeah, no. We'll just do one of these. It'll really annoy some people, but we're gonna do it anyway. Could have totally done it the other way around, but never mind. What can you do? What can you do? I'm gonna print a couple of those. Lol. Okay, right. How many stickers we got? This one. We got 3 left of those, so once I deal with those, I will delist it and we'll go to only that one. I just like how like drastically different my stickers are. Dude, I can't wait to like produce stickers of my own. I'm just like so hyped because I love stickers. I am so into stickers. I like hoard stickers. It's a problem. Cool. Right. With that. Oh, I should probably check his list. It's all listed. Okay, with that, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm still really like curious about this thing. Nose. Whoa. We'll see. Anyway, right. With that, I'm gonna go do other stuff because your girl is back. It's hurting, and also it's like almost 7 o'clock, and I gotta have dinner and treat. So yes, I don't think my VOD got uploaded. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I'll sort it. Well, I won't sort it. I'll just check. But oh, I think it did. It just I accidentally published it before I was meant to. Right, I'll sort that out. No problem. Right. Anyway, with that, guys. Yeah, that was fun. I'm sorry. I know it's probably a really boring game to watch, but I'm living for it. I am having the best time, you know? Because Yagel is super and just enjoy it. I just enjoy it a lot. I don't think there's enough people watching to really raid anyone today, so I'm just not going to. Sorry. But your girl has a backache, and I just go. And I get distracted when I raid people because I then hang around. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I love these sort of games, and I want to find more of them. I want to find more creative games because, let's face it, I'm a creative person and I need to create things. And until I can sort my shit out and get my shit together, we're not really going to get many more, like, well, we're not going to get any artsy streams until I get my act together, so give me a chance, you know? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. We'll get there. Once the logo is done, I can get the ball rolling on other things, so fun. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I love you all very dearly. I'm so sorry that it was a bit of a short one today. I know it was a bit longer than it has been for the last few weeks, but that's just because your girl is not very well today, but it's fine. I'm feeling a lot better now. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you to those of you that came in this morning and just listened to me like rant for like 40 minutes about like my autism and mental health stress. I'm very sorry. I hope that wasn't trauma dumping too much. I apologize. Please just, I will do it again. I will commit crimes again. Thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I will hopefully speak to you all very, very soon, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you for joining me today. See you all very soon. Goodbye. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.